much for coming. Today I will share my daily challenge on ISP on Vodafone, Portugal. I will do my best not to bore you, okay? So, if you have any question at the end of the presentation, please feel free to ask. So, Vodafone is a ISP. So, ISPs, like any large company, under heavy pressure to reducing operating costs. So, repetitive tasks performed without a well-defined standard are a great opportunity to improvement, optimization, and automation. As such, automation comes as a good alternative, not only by reducing OPEX, but avoid some common mistake errors, like mistyped comments. So, why Vodafone and automation emerged as an alternative for Vodafone? A carrier such Vodafone Portugal have a serious problems that affect business efficiency, and they are a primary beneficiary of automation. So, some examples of these problems are lack of standardization between different teams performing the same activity, lack of visibility of the implementation life cycle of a project, monitoring of service using specific technologies, quality control of service, this case done manually and required until the very end of the project. And the last one on the list, manage the service, wasting too many resources on details, instead on the focus on the relevant parameters that give the broader picture. There are many reasons to talk about network automation. Process automation is a reality in telecom operators. Now, the only way for operators to maintain the viability of this type of service is to increasingly automating their planning, their planning, deployment, and operation process. So, what the value to deliver a script to control the network? So, OPEX, reducing human costs, I mentioned above. Automation is a great thing to reduce human costs and increase the quality and security. Agility, networks becomes more agile through automation and the removal of the human from the networking processes. So then the time to market, deploy new features, and the functionality is possible at much higher rate than all be possible with manual upgrades. And security. Programs are less subject to such a weakness. And this is a little demonstration about automation and why they are a great thing for today. So, all of it, these needs bring daily challenge to my life at Vodafone. So, normally we use to waste a lot of time changing CPU configurations and gathering the evidence for each customer CPEs. Faced with this challenge, I have been developing tools. Tools for process automation for my team. My team is a Vodafone implementation technical support team. So this has facilitated the handover process of the Vodafone support team and make it easier and faster. The first tool I developed is the VTA, Vodafone Task Automation. Initially, I developed for only Cisco in TCL, Tool Command Language. It allows field engineers to perform testing and evidence gathering on the CPAs with an intuitive user interface composed by menus. It guides the field service. We call it field service, but the design is field engineer. Through the several available options, make sure that all tests are executed and all information needed is collected. A version of this tool, VTA, has been developed in Python for Huawei CPS because Huawei belongs to the portfolio Vodafone. This tool brings more agility in the process nowadays in the Vodafone. And now, not now because I'm here in the conference, but after it, I will start developing the VTA, Vodafone Task Evolution. This VTA, which will be operated via web interface and replace the previous Vodafone Task Automation. It will be developed entirely in Python, but the front end is in JavaScript. And it will support all CPs in the Vodafone business portfolio. So, here I would like to show in the real environment, but Vodafone doesn't allow. Sorry for that. But I can. Now I will show you some pictures about the VTA and how VTA works. You can see, for example, the TCL version, okay, the language version, the model of the CPE, and all the configurations and all the information is hidden because the privacy reasons, okay, is the info for the clients, for the customers. In the first time, the tool asks for the field engineer which or what work order ID. Then the work order ID, and afterwards they ask for field engineer if have redundancy or not. If not, you choose one, and then the tool asks for the access and the service ID. Okay, this is the access, the fiber, 4G, whatever, and then the service ID. So after that, the field engineer will be required to select the interface. Okay, this is the interface, the client interface. After that, the IP, the neighbor IP, the CPA neighbor IP. After that, the tool will run some tests in the background, like ping, trace router, and others. Every test output is being stored on the server. Once the tool is finished, is done, it will display some nodes. The first one is the saving in server, and then if the files saving and save in the server, they say to the field engineer it's okay. And after that, and the finish, they greetings to the field engineer and thank you and a nice job, Ferreira. So, in our field, everything is always changed. So in 2018, I started looking for a new career goal, more specifically, network programmability. So this guy is Hank Preston. He works in the Cisco. He's the evangelist, the DevNet. Okay. Sorry. And Preston was my inspiration because, in addition to have a lot know-how in the field, he was the one who answered all my questions in LinkedIn and other social communication. Sorry again. And Preston offered me his book on networking and automation. Sorry. He motivated and encouraged me to embark in this direction. So now I'm going to show you a short video about why he starts automated and why the automation is the future. I don't have. Yes. Doesn't have sound. You can see a lot of people speak with him and on LinkedIn, on I think in Twitter, everything. And he puts some notes. All you need is so much time for anyway. You want to relax, what's time for that? With automation you can have everything. This video has sounds, but I think the cables is not working. Every people from different countries, everything speak with him about the automation, why he starts automation, and he every time answer for the people and try to help for in this goal. I think the video is too long, 3 minutes, but I think you have a perception about why he starts automation and why the people ask for him about the automation, because I think it's not because he's an evangelist in DevNet, but I think it's the know-how, the friendship. I think the Hank Preston is a good guy to ask about this automation and not so. So, any questions? Feel free, but
I have one. So, Vodafone operates at several countries. How scalable is the work that you do at Vodafone for other countries?
Okay. In my sincere opinion, no, in my sincere, I think is in other countries, I don't know, but in Vodafone Portugal, in UK, is very easy and faster because we have how we will explain this. We have a lot of steps in the server and routers, and we have in the middle you can do I explain. We can do the forward, okay, in every step because they control and they can stop every time when possible. I think because of this, I think the scalability is not a problem in Vodafone Portugal and UK, but in the other countries, I don't know. I don't know the reality in other countries.
Good. Okay. In terms of results, what has changed on the daily operation? So, were you able to decrease time? Did you
Yes.
increase the quality of the information? What's the result?
Before the tools, the time for gathering the evidence is more or less 30 minutes. Nowadays, with the tools, 5 minutes. And the cost is because it's reduced a lot of costs with the tools.
And I assume with less errors and less mistakes from the...
A lot. Because before we have a lot of problems with the field engineers, with the costs, with the timing. Every day appear one problem, 2, 3, and with the tools, with the automations, everything is worked. It works. Everything 5 minutes, 10. The intervention in the locale is finished. So, thank you for